Welcome back to Takabola Gaming. My name is Takabola. We're going to continue our tutorial run playing as Castile, and this is one of those tutorial moments. Last episode, I created a third colony over here because I was, not very. I was only running 2 colonies. I wanted to be running 3 colonies, and now, as you can see, I'm running 4. And what happened here was that Ivory Coast is still a colony, and during the war, it was captured. It was occupied by the enemy, and when that happened, it was removed from my list. My colonists came back, all of that stuff. So now I have 4, and I think that for now, I'm going to say that that's fine. We're still making money at 4. It's not ideal. I'd like to be making more money than that, but I think that's going to be fine. So we have one in Rio Grande do Sul. So I'm going to go ahead and just send them again to the largest ones. And I'm well aware that these guys could rise up. I'm not betting that they will, but they could. It's something to be thinking about. Mamluks are no longer a rival. We don't have a costly embargo, so no problem. Now, we are kind of in a bit of a spot. I would like to bring this army over to deal with Peru. I would like to deal with Peru this episode. However, we're probably going to have to deal with rebels as well. So I think I'm going to bring this army over. We don't have very many rebels. Many of these are not up here. So I think we'll be okay to just bring the army from the north up, and we're going to keep this army down here to deal with any rebels that might exist down here, such as the Fulani ones, the Jolofian, those are going to be down here, and I think they're much more likely to fire than anything else. Also, given the amount of money that I have, I think I can just go ahead and create. We're going to just do 5. We're going to make those units there, and we're going to bring them over here to deal with those natives should they rise. Now we have Animist Zealots. Where would that be? That's here. I think I'm just going to harsh treat that. It's only 1 province. It's 50 power, and we're not doing anything with our military power at the moment. Now, like I said, I typically don't treat these guys lightly. You can see that this alliance is going to have, as far as we know, 40,000 troops, and they can overwhelm you relatively quickly. That's why I'm bringing in more troops to deal with that. And in this particular case, I'm going to not follow my main rule about I'm going to go ahead and max off relations with the Pope. In the case of Peru, I am not going to follow my main rule of only do 2 and then colonize the rest. Instead, I'm going to take 5 of them and probably, I don't know, I might enforce religion through this tab. More likely we'll try and convert those provinces before dealing with it. Now, we can embrace the institution. If you want to micromanage it, every second you wait, more provinces are developing the institution. So, when we go to colonialism here, so every second we wait, it's developing in these provinces. And if any of them get to 100, like this one's close to, the amount of money you will spend lessens. It is cheaper for you to embrace. You'll remember it cost 1,000 last episode. Now it's at 740. It's because a few more of these provinces have embraced it by just spread. The fact of the matter is, I don't need the institution for 8 years. because I'm not going to be taking technology for 8 years. So in theory, I could let this spread for 8 more years and bring the cost that it takes to embrace that down. Personally, I would actually do that if it were just, me playing as Castile here. But in the interest of having fewer things to worry about, as soon as that comes up, just click Embrace. But it's up to you whether you want to min-max that or not. In this case, I have decided to do so, or to not do so. So there is that. Now we will have an army of 25 and 2. 25 is enough for combat with, and that is ultimately all that will matter. So we're going to wait for that army to get over here, and then we will attack the Peruvians. Now they might come down over here, so I do need to watch that. What are you doing? You really came all the way around. Okay. Not what I was expecting. Well, if you're coming all the way around, then don't go up there. Go over here. Alright, so the largest colony was done, so now we're just going to put the colonist here. Alright, so that's where the revolt was happening. That's why I had my troops there. I expected that there could be a revolt. And so if you'll notice, you can see that we have large nations all the way down to here in Peru. That is why I am suggesting... Oh, man. We'll let that sit for now. How long until you're done? You're Catholic now. We're just going to raise autonomy there to get rid of that 10. That Animus Zealots will go away. Alright. So we're going to have everyone come in here. And now we're going to go ahead and declare this war. We should win. They're going to be even worse than the Mali troops. If you remember from last episode, the Mali troops are bad. These guys are going to be even worse. They're at military tech level 4. So this should be, paper to do, but it is worth kind of just remembering there. So I want to just use one of my stuff. I would like this province to be the war goal. We're going to use it for me. And it's worth noting that the region kind of escapes here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 that are owned by this particular country that I have just attacked in Peru. So that means that I don't need to be taking any land from the other nation that's allied here, which is pretty large. So I can just quickly force them to white peace if I can. Now we do have 7,000 troops from Spanish Caribbean. I'm going to go into the subject tab and make sure that everyone is told to siege. They are. And it does appear that Spanish Colombia has nothing. Let's find out if that's the case. Armies. Spanish. Yeah, they have nothing. I am paying you money. I'm paying you ducat 95. Why do you have nothing? Oh well. So we're just going to go ahead and stop here and go ahead and siege that down just because it's the war goal. And then I'm going to try and get to the ally and take them out. I cannot get there quickly, so we're just going to go down here because I would bet that the fort is blocking it. Notice that the one that has the crown is not going to block anything. So we're going to try and take this fort here and then take this one and force Cusco to get out of the war for money or whatever I can take from them. I don't need to have land from them because I have 5 that are in Peru. I'm going to just keep money because I'm teetering on the edge. I am not teetering on the edge. I have 14 ducats. All right. So I'm just going to build the best building I can of these two, the temple and productions, until I run out of things that are plus 0.10, which is going to take a while. So we're just going to build that one. I will mention that the next institution is going to be printing press, so actually we're ways away. You're going to need to build manufactories for this one, but that's 1650 before that would be there. You're going to need to build libraries for enlightenment. That would be 1700 for that. And you need to build furnaces, I think. This new industrialization, that's actually new. So I'm going to be experiencing this for the first time in my France run that is currently going. So I haven't yet dealt with that one, but yeah. For global trade, you need to be to have centers of trade, level 2 and level 3, which you do have if you follow this guide. We have some of those. That brings me to 50 stuff here. And I think I'm going to do yearly legitimacy, because my legitimacy is bad. And I'm going to use the A key to dispatch the... Oh, it's already healed. Well, bring together. We're going to come over here and we're going to blockade. Now they're going to run up here and they're going to siege this down, but it's not my land anyway. It's the colonial nation's land, so I don't care. Fetishist zealots. That is going to be in... that is a African nation there, so... or province, so I'm going to actually just move right over here. I don't want to stand on it. I want them to just... I want the revolt to happen. So I'm just going to sit here next to it, and then whenever it happens, we will move in. And I can build another one of the buildings. There we go. Now, some of this nation's land is in Colombia. We're going to try and get them to concede that. You don't have to. Whichever is going to be cheaper. If you conquest it, if you just take it in the peace deal. So you'll notice that they do have concede Colombia, which it always jumps. They do not have concede Peru, because I don't have a colonial nation yet in Peru. That's the point of this war, is to try and get one going. But, and Peru's just different than everything else. But that's 36%. And because they would not be fully annexed, ooh, that's actually a problem. I can't take any land. That's not a full colony yet. Ew. Okay. That's actually a problem. I cannot take them down. I cannot get Peru. So that's going to change a little bit of the strategy. I think we just get Colombia and then come back. So whenever that's possible. Because I apparently have to wait for this colony to be done. I could just wait for the colony to be done. However long that will take. You know, fully occupy them, defeat their armies, and just sit on the war. You'll get what's called a call for peace. That'll be war exhaustion, but theoretically I could do that. Because as soon as I can colonize... you can colonize off of your colonial nations. So as soon as that colony is done, they'll have the ability to do that. We have captured 4 light ships off of them. Fantastic. I am going to just slip right on in here to heal, because that was a very, very difficult battle. We saw that a new pope has been elected. Poland is the current Curia controller. So we're just going to hit that button once so that we join in the fray. They are, they're going to mess with our colony up here. That's fine. I always want to just hover over this just to make sure there's not a second one that has decided to pop up. And we're going to knock that army out. Ooh, they have some troops. So you'll notice that they have they have done some stuff here. So Ivory Coast is done. Let's go up here to the number of colonies that I have. I only have 2 now, so we can go ahead and do another one. Now, I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to do this one here. And I'm just going to use it to see if I would have to get the colony done to take land or if not. Now you'll notice that that was actually a really bad battle for us. It was defensive for them. Defensive terrain. Mountains, which is really bad defensive terrain. And they came in late and all of that stuff. But we still won because we're just that much better than them. Although Cusco is a lot closer to us than they are. So now we're going to sit here on their capital and try and figure out how far away are we. I'm probably going to have to take that capital. And I can't barrage it. But yeah, I'm just going to sit and wait. I'm going to let this colony start. I'm probably not going to finish that particular colony. In part because it is in La Plata still. But I'm going to let that start and see if I can use it to claim land without finishing it. That would be very beneficial if I could. Alright, so I do know that we're now going to have some more places that I could convert over there. Okay, so now we have Fulihani separatists. Well, that's interesting. I don't think I can provoke while at war. I can't provoke anyway. So that's no longer unrest, so they're gone. So we need to just move up here, and we're going to have Jolofian up here as well. Hopefully we can get there in time. And we're going to combine our troops and move them over to where there might be problems. We were not there in time, but that's okay. And we're going to just go straight up there, and then we'll split up and try and convert things, or recover afterwards. Now, Cusco is sieging this down. Not whatever this nation is called. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. So yeah, I'm going to split the army and just siege both of those back, and then we'll bring them back together for whatever comes next. Susian is going to be up north. Portuguese is going to be up north. I may move them up north. Ooh, I got a very bad roll there. They went from 42 to 14. Let's go ahead and... oh, these are the places that I just... yeah, okay. I care about those nations' opinion of me. I don't care about... I really don't care what the religion in Ivory Coast is either, but I definitely don't care about reform desire, but I do care about the opinion of those nations. I want them to be better, so we're going to go ahead and do that anyway. So Cantor down here, it's 144, it's only 0.2. This is an interesting one. I'm inclined to believe that the 3 mercantilism is way better than 33 diplomatic power. But if I were doing a Diplo idea group, I might think differently. I'm going to actually not do that for 144 months, because eventually these are going to be done here. Futa, why don't I have control of this? Oh, I do. Oh, we're still making that into a core too. Well, fine. Be that way. It does appear that any rebellion that would happen next would be up north. They're at 7%. They got that fast. But they're willing to peace out because I own their capital. Now, not by much. They're only going to give me 45 ducats, but they will peace out. That is good. Now, I have a black flag, so I do need to go through this province, but I'm going to click on that province, click Shift, and then go to the capital. Wolof is done. We're going to do the next one as soon as we can. And then, now that we have this, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to take half. If I right-click, half the units will switch over. And have them go backwards. And I'm going to bring my fleet out. I'm going to try and force this fleet out and see if I can't just completely destroy it. Or, at the very least, fight it, and then fight, all the way up the coast as we take that land. I would have loved to have seen Colombia have an army. I have found in my games, and maybe it's just my own personal experiences, I have found that Colombia struggles quite a bit. Now I am going to get a third colonist. Yay! So right now I'm just going to... Well, I don't want to put that colonist there. I don't want to keep that colony. Can I use it? I cannot. Okay. We're going to abandon. So recall and abandon. We're going to figure out what we want to do here. I think that I'm going to try and finish up Brazil. So we're going to send a colonist here, and we're going to send a colonist... I'm not going to try and connect that over there yet. So we'll just send a colonist to whatever's bigger. That's 10, and it's got a natural harbor. So that's the ones we want. So now that I have 3 colonists, I can run 4 colonies. I never want to go 2 over. I will, but I don't like to. But going 1 over is not bad. Now we're going to move our navy up here. And blockade where their navy is. I'm going to split the army and just come on up here, and I'm going to try and get that navy, force them out. Now, this is happening here. So the Susian ones are Gwyn. Oh, it's here. Oh. Okay. Well, they're not going to be too big of a problem. 7,000 troops there. I'm going to preempt that this navy might, survive and go to import. They didn't survive. Okay. So you go there. We're going to split in half. You go here. We're going to split this army in half again. Send them there and them there. And that is all of their provinces. Oh, hey, nice. 100 population. Now this province here is occupied, and it is almost done. I don't know if it actually goes up on the yearly tick or not when it's occupied like that, but a lot like my stuff with 1, 2, 1, 2. A lot like my stuff with the Ivory Coast. Once they occupy that, it should stop growing. Certainly the colonist leaves. So, actually I don't think it stops growing. I think they actually get charged for it. It's costing them money, which would be hilarious. Uh-oh. I cannot answer that. They're just going to have problems there. But I'm going to go ahead and attack the natives so that I can answer later. We're going to go ahead and move here. And that should be okay, I hope. Now I'm going to go try and relieve that province, because that's what I need. Once I have that, then there will be colonial range on the west. We'll go ahead and relieve this one too, because I think that's another colony that they started when they lost the first one. And that's ultimately what we're waiting for. Santa Fe is self-sustaining. Oh, hey. They lost men, so they had a monthly tick before they could finish the siege, and they lost men to attrition. They no longer have 1,000 men, so they can't siege the province. So that is just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the forts back. I don't actually have to. We're just going to be waiting, essentially. In this case, you almost always want to take the ducats, because you don't want to lose 500 size in one of your colonies. That would be really bad. Please tell me you're going to go right through them. No, you're not. Okay. The levy. Yeah, we'll just do a modest level. It's a large cost if you're not going to do that. 960. Chance of new air goes down. That's no fun. And I'm going to start building a spy network here, because as soon as we have the colonies all set up, then we will we'll do this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5th. And I'm trying to run 4 colonies. We're going to come down here and get the natives there, and then we'll go back up. Okay, can you get there? You can get there. It's going to be a hard battle, but given the differences in our technology and stuff like that, shouldn't be a problem. And frankly, I don't really want to do the fort, the large fort. Colombia can deal with that on its own. Oh, we don't want rebels. I will lose 1 stability in this case. I don't want rebels. Now, is this done yet? 979? Come on. This would again be a time to switch to speed 5 if you need to. In this case, if you click over here, they have no troops. The war is over. We're just waiting for this colony to be done, so... Alright, so there's the separatists. We can go ahead and move our navy. Yeah, we can do just these 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Come on. Head on up there. You may not make it in time. You might too, I don't know. I'm going to just detach siege and drop the cannon. We're actually going to combine that. We're going to drop the cannon there. We're going to leave the conquistador on it, because he actually has a siege pip. If you hover over him, you can see down there siege 1. It's the 4th one. They have damaged our colony, meaning that it's done. So we have to resend. That's fine. That is fine. Alright, 995 settlers. 999 settlers. Protestantism entrenched. I think that usually means that either the second or the third one has spawned. So yeah, we have 3 centers of reformation up here. And then the nation that tells me that is the current pope. Alright, so there it is. That is now done, so now I can take land. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 4 and this one. And hopefully I can core all of those. I'm not actually sure I can core this one up here. And then we'll just get to 100. Send the demand. And I'm going to convert 3 of them first. So I'm going to actually cancel this one. I'm going to convert 3 of them because I want my colonial nation to be Catholic. This one is going to cost the most. So we're just going to do that one, that one. Oh, I can't. I'm not going to cancel this missionary just because it's so close to being done. But yeah, that's the basic gist. I'm going to convert 3 of them and core... Yeah, I can core that one. And core the other 2. And when that's done, then I will have a colonial nation for Peru, and then I can actually just go wipe all of this. You can conquer everything quickly, but you're just going to have to deal with the rebels. But that's the basic idea. We're going to get a colonial nation in Peru, and then just wipe all of these guys out. And that's the basic strategy for Mexico as well. So probably next week we will be done. But I've been talking about the gaming. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe down below. And I'll see you next time.